Everything begins with a key figure in the universe, Rosalina, a cosmic guardian who watches over and guides the Lumas, those tiny living star-like creatures. As she tells them a story about Peach, the calm is suddenly shattered. An unknown presence invades without warning, using advanced technology to try and capture her. Rosalina doesn't just stand there. She fights back, holding her ground, until the attacker realizes what matters most to her, the Lumas. He uses them against her, distracts her, and in that moment, manages to overpower her. That's when the truth comes out. It's Bowser Jr. behind it all. One of the Lumas tries to step in, but it doesn't stand a chance. Rosalina is captured and taken away right in front of the others, who can only watch as she disappears. Meanwhile, in a completely different place, Mario and Luigi are crossing the desert to answer a call for help. But things aren't exactly what they expected. The ones who summoned them turn out to be small, skull-like creatures living in the area. The problem seems simple: a pipe clogged by some unknown creature. Without overthinking it, the brothers fire up their classic firepower and get ready to jump into action. Luigi insists he's not afraid, until he spots a shell-covered creature and completely loses it. Mario can barely take him seriously. Still, they push forward until they find the damaged pipe, and hear something moving inside. A green-eyed creature emerges. They get ready to fight, but something feels off. From within the rubble, a small sound breaks through. Not aggressive, but scared. Mario lowers his guard, approaches carefully, and reaches out his hand. The creature finally reveals itself. It's Yoshi. Yoshi tries to explain that he was born there, that he attempted to adapt to the outside world but ended up getting into trouble and returned, accidentally causing the mess. The catch is, he speaks a language no one understands. Even so, Mario and Luigi accept him immediately. The problem is solved, and the skull creatures are no longer afraid. With a new friend, the group moves on. Yoshi even helps Luigi with his bike along the way. Meanwhile, Bowser Jr. takes Rosalina to her new home, a space junkyard. There, he reveals his plan, to conquer the universe, using Rosalina as a key piece. Rosalina tries to resist. With a quick move, she frees her Luma, but it's not enough. Bowser Jr. proves he's far more powerful than he seemed and captures her again. Back with Mario, the tone shifts. Luigi keeps pushing his brother to admit he's in love with Peach, but Mario denies it. He says he just wants to give her a gift. When they arrive at the Mushroom Kingdom, they introduce Yoshi, though Toad isn't entirely convinced. Still, there's no time to argue. It's Peach's birthday. Mario congratulates her, but something feels off. Peach doesn't look happy. She admits she doesn't even know if it's really her birthday. They only celebrate it because it's the day she was found. She doesn't remember her origins and has no idea where she comes from. Trying to cheer her up, Mario gives her a gift, an umbrella. Right at that moment, the sky fills with shooting stars, turning everything magical, until something crashes down from space directly into the kingdom. Something like this has never happened before. They go to investigate and discover it's a Luma sent by Rosalina. It explains what happened and makes one thing clear: they need help. Rosalina has been captured. Some of the Toads hesitate and don't want Peach to put herself in danger, but Mario steps in and leaves the choice up to her. Peach decides to go. She believes Rosalina might know the truth about her origin, and just like that, the journey begins. But at dawn, Mario realizes Peach left without them. She only left behind a letter, putting him in charge of the castle. From that point on, Mario and Luigi deal with everything thrown their way, from enemies to ridiculous everyday problems. Yoshi helps too, though he has one issue: he doesn't know how to hunt. The brothers try to teach him. Luigi even puts on a special suit to show him how. Between failed attempts and total chaos, they somehow manage to handle it. By the end of the day, they're exhausted, but they receive another call. At the same time, Bowser appears in his castle, fully focused on painting. He's proud of his work, until the brothers show up and interrupt him. He reveals the painting. He's still completely obsessed with Peach. Luigi admires it, but Mario criticizes it without holding back. That pushes Bowser over the edge, though he manages to calm down, admitting he's still struggling with his evil side. Before anything else can happen, everything spirals. A massive ship appears over the Mushroom Kingdom and starts pulling everything into it. They try to evacuate, but Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi get caught in the chaos. Within seconds, they're already in space. The one behind everything finally shows up: Bowser Jr. He arrives with a clear goal: free his father and use the power of the stars to take control of everything. The brothers refuse. No deals, no hesitation. The fight breaks out immediately. Bowser Jr. taps into a power that makes him far stronger than before. Mario and Luigi can't keep up. At a critical moment, Luigi manages to save Mario, but it's still not enough. The enemy continues to dominate the fight. Then a giant robot joins the attack, pushing things even further, until Yoshi steps in and takes it down. Even so, the chaos spirals out of control, and everything collapses. The castle crashes into an unknown location. They survive. They're still together, but they've lost everything. The castle is gone, and they have no idea where they are. And just when it feels like things can't get worse, they see Bowser Jr. trying to escape. They catch up to him, and something unexpected happens. Bowser steps in. He doesn't defend him, but he doesn't reject him either. He admits he hasn't been a good father, and that he wants to change. He wants to try and guide his son the right way. Meanwhile, Peach and Toad arrive somewhere completely different, a place filled with creatures from other worlds. There, they come across a sign. Rosalina is missing. When Peach sees it, she gets a blurry memory of the moment she first appeared in the Mushroom Kingdom. Something doesn't add up, but there's no time to dwell on it. A small monkey steals Toad's belongings and they chase after it. The pursuit leads them into a dark territory ruled by villains. They don't stop. They push forward until they find the one responsible. The monkey works for the ruler of that place, King Wart. When Peach hears he might know where Rosalina is, she doesn't hesitate. She demands answers, but gets attacked instead. Multiple enemies rush at her, and she takes them down without much trouble. Then Wart appears and raises the stakes, unleashing his elite warriors, the Ninjas. Within seconds, Peach is surrounded. Toad steps in, using a power he gains from that world, leveling the fight. Everything turns into chaos, until Peach uses Mario's gift. With that boost, she wipes out every enemy in a single move. Wart tries to hold his ground, but it doesn't last long. Peach grabs a mushroom, grows just like in the games, and forces him to talk. The answer is clear. Rosalina is in the space junkyard. But Wart isn't done. He makes a call. Something bigger is already in motion. At the same time, Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Bowser arrive in the territory of the Queen Bee. She refuses to help. They're furious about the damage that's been caused. But Bowser convinces her in his own way. He stays behind as a guarantee, letting the others escape. Mario moves toward the exit while Bowser remains behind, surrounded by bees. It feels like a sacrifice, but also the beginning of something different between them. Then Bowser Jr. appears and frees his father. The reunion isn't violent. It's strange, almost close. And that takes us back to the past. Bowser remembering when he used to travel through space with his son, searching for a home. Even back then, his goal was clear: use Rosalina's power to conquer the universe. Back in the present, they receive an emergency call. It's Wart. Now, everything starts to connect. On the other side, Peach and Toad are trying to find a way out. A robot gives them information, painfully slow. Eventually, they reach a hangar filled with ships, but no one wants to help, until Fox shows up. Fox used to be part of an elite team, Star Fox. Now he's drifting, trying to find his place again. Still, he agrees to help them. Meanwhile, Mario and the others manage to travel through space. Along the way, Luigi keeps insisting that Mario needs to admit how he feels about Peach. But Mario hesitates. He doesn't believe a princess would ever notice someone like him. Eventually, both groups reunite. Peach runs to hug Mario, but he awkwardly goes for a handshake instead. Everyone notices. The moment falls flat. Peach fills them in and introduces Fox, who will take them to the space junkyard. Mario isn't thrilled. To him, Fox is already competition. Their journey leads them straight into enemy territory. Fox easily gets them past the defenses, but that sets off an alarm. Bowser Jr. wants to attack right away, but Bowser stops him. He'd rather wait. Then everything takes a sudden turn. Bowser Jr. changes tactics and activates a device. In seconds, Mario, Luigi, and the others are turned into younger versions of themselves. And now, the problem isn't just rescuing Rosalina anymore. It's surviving like this. Everything spirals out of control when the brothers, now turned into smaller versions of themselves, end up causing trouble for everyone and trigger a crash landing in an unknown kingdom. Bowser Jr. assumes they're no longer a threat and keeps moving forward with his plan. But Bowser isn't so sure. Meanwhile, the group lands safely. Fox explains the ship will take time to repair, so all they can do is wait and survive Mario and Luigi's chaos. Things get worse when they start playing near a sleeping T-Rex. At one point, Mario even ends up inside its mouth, but manages to escape through its nose without waking it. It almost seems like they got away with it, until Yoshi accidentally ruins the silence. The T-Rex wakes up, and the chase begins. They run, dodge, barely survive each second until they end up in the water, with the dinosaur closing in. In the middle of the chaos, the brothers manage to use the device and shrink it down, saving themselves at the last second. Back with the group, Mario tries to lift Peach's spirits as she begins to doubt the mission. Luigi, growing impatient, uses the radio to call for help. The signal goes through, but only reaches the Lumas. Now everything depends on whether they understand the message. Elsewhere, Bowser reflects on everything that's happened. His son reminds him of something important. He was the one who taught him never to trust anyone. That makes him hesitate, but also wonder if, in his own way, he wasn't such a bad father after all. Then Bowser Jr. reveals his greatest achievement, a new empire built to conquer the universe. Everything is ready, technology, an army, and most importantly, Rosalina's power, and that changes everything. Meanwhile, Peach and the others are close to losing hope, until a Luma ship appears. That's when Peach finally remembers the truth. She recalls her origin. She once lived alongside Rosalina in a world created by cosmic energy. Together, they could control that power, but it also made them targets. To protect her, Rosalina sent her away. That's how she ended up in the Mushroom Kingdom. Back with Bowser, the decision is made. He fully embraces his role as a villain and declares that his empire has returned. His troops celebrate. The machines begin activating, powered by Rosalina. But it's draining her. She doesn't have much time left. Peach understands what's at stake. There's no more hesitation. They prepare to strike. Fox takes control of the ship and once again breaks through the enemy defenses, getting them close to their target. The team infiltrates quietly. They move in silence, avoid enemies, and gather key resources. Luigi and Yoshi discover magical cubes that could shift the balance. Everything seems to be going smoothly until Bowser Jr. detects them. He doesn't panic. Instead, he prepares. He sets up a series of challenges designed to stop them. But there's one thing he didn't expect. Mario and Peach push forward like they're inside a video game. They overcome obstacle after obstacle, until things get overwhelming. At the critical moment, Mario uses the gift he gave Peach, and that changes everything. They break through the challenge and turn the situation around, even leaving their enemies stunned. Then Bowser steps in personally. He appears on a familiar bridge, just like in the old days. Mario tries to reach him, tries to convince him he can still change. For a moment, it almost works. But it's not enough. Bowser chooses his son. In the middle of the confrontation, the bridge collapses. Mario and Peach manage to escape, but Bowser falls into the lava. Bowser Jr. doesn't hesitate anymore. All he wants is to be with his father, and he gets his wish. Bowser returns, but in a much darker, almost skeletal form. Together, they prepare to end everything. Mario decides to stay behind and face them, giving Peach time to find Rosalina. The fight is one-sided from the start, and no matter how hard he tries, he can't handle both of them and begins to lose ground. That's when Luigi and Yoshi arrive, using the magical cubes to gain new powers and join the battle. Even then, the power gap is still clear. In the middle of the chaos, Yoshi manages to snatch Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush, and Luigi uses it to create a being that jumps straight into the fight. For a moment, it evens the odds, even allowing them to defeat Bowser. But it doesn't last. Bowser loses control, takes back the brush, and creates a massive dragon. The problem is, he can't control it. The creature turns on him and devours him in front of everyone. Mario realizes that, beyond everything, Bowser is still a father who doesn't want to lose his son. Without hesitation, he unlocks a new power that lets him fly, dives into the battle, and defeats the dragon from within, saving Bowser Jr. in the process. That moment changes everything. Bowser sees what Mario did, and stops seeing him as just an enemy. Meanwhile, the machine continues draining Rosalina's energy, and Peach can't free her on her own. But when she takes her hand, something awakens. Together, they activate the power of the cosmos, transforming everything around them and shutting the machine down completely. The energy stabilizes, and the danger finally disappears. Rosalina reunites with Peach, finally revealing the connection they share. In that same moment, Fox and the Lumas arrive, and everything begins to settle. Peace returns. And even Bowser and his son seem to accept this new balance. In the end, Peach decides to show Rosalina her kingdom, but when they return, they're met with a harsh reality. The castle has been completely destroyed. With no other choice, they decide to start over. Together, they begin rebuilding it, this time making it even better than before, bringing the story to a close. In the post-credits scene, Luma Lee is seen working as a security guard, making sure Bowser and his son don't escape, all while tormenting them with his signature gloomy existential lines. Then, in a second post-credits scene, a long-awaited character finally appears, Princess Daisy, bringing the movie to its final moment.